Happy day, students. So in the last class, we saw the details about how the electric field is varying for the ring, uniformly charged ring. Okay, and before that, we calculated in force also some of the cases in which we saw that the force at the center of a semicircular ring or at the center. So we know that electric field and force basically are intercalculated, or rather we can say E is equal to F by Q or F equal to QE. If we know the force, we know the electric field. If we know the electric field, we know the force value. Okay, so some of more cases I will show you which are going to make us calculate a particular thing during competitive exams easily. Okay, so let's say we are taking a portion of the ring now. So this is the portion of the ring, right? It's neither semicircle nor quarter of a circle. So this ring is having lambda coulomb per meter uniform charge, right? And we want to find out what is the electric field at the center here. Let's say this is R, and the total angle this is making at the center is alpha, right? Okay. So because of this now, what is the electric field at the center? So to calculate electric field, what we used to assume, +1 coulomb is there. Correct or not? Right. Now, in this ring, how many point charges we can assume? Because we can calculate electric field or force through Coulomb's force only. And that is between 2 point charges. So how many point charges I can assume in this one? Infinite point charges. Right? And if I take those infinite point charges and calculate electric field, then what I have to do? Integration. Right? So let's see. Let's choose one point charge over here. But before doing so, I am taking this, okay, a bisector, which will say that this is alpha by 2 and this is also alpha by 2. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take this part, here one part and here one part, and I'll show you, right? So let's take one part over here and say that the charge on this is dq. Okay. Now I'm joining this with the center. Now check here. This is joined at the center. Okay. The radius is given to us as R. So this is R. And assume that now this angle here from the center, this angle I am assuming as theta. Okay. Now if this angle is theta, this angle will become d theta. So length will become how much? R d theta. Correct? What is the length? R d theta. Okay. So what will be the charge dq here? We know that how to find dq charge. It is lambda into the length, right? So it will become lambda R d theta. Correct? Now here is a positive charge dq. Here is a +1 coulomb. So where will be the force? Force direction will be this. Okay. So electric field also is in this direction. Correct? Now, since it's inclined, that means we can take its components, right? So, what is the angle here? Theta. Theta is with what? With the vertical, right? So, this component here will become dE cos theta, and this component will become dE sin theta. Correct or not? Same way, this side also one component we can take, or a charge we can take. So, electric field will come in this direction. Right or not? It's one component will be horizontal, one component will be vertical. So which component will get cancelled? Horizontal component will get cancelled, and you are going to get vertical component only. Okay, so which component we should be integrating? The component which is getting added. That means vertical component, and horizontal component, since it is getting cancelled, we don't have to integrate. But still, if you want to integrate, you can. The answer will come 0 for horizontal component. So what are we going to do? We are going to integrate only vertical component. So net field is integration of dE cos theta. Now what is dE that we have to write? So dE value 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq into 1 by r square. So I am writing it dq into 1 by r square and cos theta. Now what is dq? dq is lambda r d theta. dq is lambda r d theta. Put it here. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught lambda r by r square cos theta d theta. Right? Now from where to where we have to integrate? We can integrate from here to here, that is 0 to alpha by 2, and then multiply it with 2 because this component is also there. Or we can take the integration limit from this point. So this is alpha by 2 we know, and this is also alpha by 2 we know. But this is on the left, so this will be minus alpha by 2, and this is on the right, so plus alpha by 2. So we can do that. This is minus alpha by 2 and plus alpha by 2. Okay, here this r gets cancelled. So what we are getting? Lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r. Cos theta's integration, sin theta. So sin theta here minus alpha by 2, and here is plus alpha by 2. What is going to come? Lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r sin alpha by 2 minus sin of minus alpha by 2. Right? So sin of minus theta is what? Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. So this will come minus sin alpha by 2. So minus and minus here will become plus. So lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r 2 sin alpha by 2. Okay, this formula we can remember. Okay, or you can cancel this with 2 and remember lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught r sin alpha by 2. Most important thing now, what is the direction of the field? We said this is the direction because d cos theta we integrated. But look at this clearly. This is the direction of the bisector of this section. Okay, this is in which direction? In the direction of bisection of this sector. Remember that, and remember this formula also, because this is what we are going to use in the remaining questions now. Just check how to use this now. Let's see another one. If suppose the question is given regarding the quarter of a circle ring. Okay, so see how we are going to do it. Suppose the ring is like this. Okay, this is A, this is B. So first question is direction. Okay, if I say this is plus lambda coulomb per meter and this is the radius, then direction due to this one will be in which direction? Net electric field will be where? Make a bisector. Suppose this is a bisector. This is 45 degrees. Now this is plus lambda and here is plus 1 because we have to find electric field at the center. So we took plus 1. So where will be the direction? Where will be the force? Repulsive force will be in this direction. So is electric field. So is this one in the direction of bisector here? Yes. So net electric field will be in this direction. Do you understand that? You don't have to calculate anything. This is the direction. Now I am going to use this formula. Okay. So that is En equal to lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r 2 into sine alpha by 2. What was alpha there? The angle made by the sector at the center. So here this is the sector. What is the angle made by this sector at the center? 90 degrees. So put it here. 2 sine 90 by 2. That means 45 degree. What is our answer then? Lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r 2 into sine 45. That is 1 by root. That's all. It's over. Same way, if suppose this is a full ring. If this is a full ring, rather semicircular ring. In a semicircular ring, what will happen? Where will be the electric field direction? Now this is the bisector. Right? So direction will be this. Okay, then what we have to do? Same formula. Here we have to write what? 180 degrees. Right? So you'll be writing 180 degrees. So see, ET will be coming. ET is lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r 2 into sine 180 by 2. That means sine 90. That means 1. This is the answer. This is the answer. You understand that? So this formula is very, very important. Right? Let's use this formula further. I'll show you how the questions are asked. Okay. So one more question we'll do. Suppose a ring is given. Okay. Which is divided in 4 parts. And it is told to us that for this part, the charge density is plus lambda coulomb per meter. Okay, this one is minus lambda coulomb per meter. This is minus lambda coulomb per meter, and this is plus lambda coulomb per meter. We have to find what is the field at the center, and radius is given r. Radius is r. Okay, what you'll do is, if this is first section, this is second section, this is third, and this is fourth. What you'll do, because of this plus lambda, what is the direction of the field? Perpendicular, or rather, not perpendicular, bisector. This is the bisector, so in this direction. I'll say E1 is in this direction. E2, this is negative. So negative means it is going to attract plus 1. So direction will be towards minus charge. So it will be like that. This is E2. Okay. This minus lambda, that means again towards it. That means it will be in the direction of E1. And this is plus lambda. Again, it is going to repel it. That means direction will be towards E2. That's E4. Now, can we say E1, E2, E3 and E4 actually are equal in magnitude? Yes, because the line charge density is equal in magnitude, right? So, all E1, E2, E3 and E4, their magnitudes are exactly equal. What is equal? Magnitudes are exactly equal. Okay, so magnitudes are equal. So, what will happen? We can write E2 plus E4 here. That will be equal to 2 times E2. Same way here also, we can write this as 2 times E1. Right. Now, what is the angle between the two? This is 90 degrees. So, if this 2E2 I write for the time being as 2E, and this also I write as 2E, that means net of this 2E and this 2E we have to find. What will be net? And say net force, net electric field. Magnitude, root over 2E whole square plus 2E whole square. That's all, because they are perpendicular, right? Because a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 90 is 0. So that factor we are not writing. Okay. So 4e square plus 4e square. That means 8e square. So what we are going to get? 2 root 2e. That's net. 2 root 2e is the net. Now, this E we are going to find. And what is this E? This we'll find from this formula. So, what is going to come? Check. Now, this is what? Quarter of a circle or half a circle? Quarter of a circle. So, alpha is what? 90 degrees. E is what basically? Because of one section only now. Okay? Because of this section alone. So, what is the angle here? 90. So, that means here we are going to put 90. So, E value is going to come lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r 2 into sine 90 by 2. That means 45. So, lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r 2 into 1 by root 2. Right? So, we are going to put in this one. We want to find En. So, En here is 2 root 2e. So, what you will be getting? 2 root 2 into lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r. This root 2 will cancel this one and comes root 2 only. So, what we are getting? 4 lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r. That is the answer of this question. Okay. So, if you remember this formula, you can solve it rather easily. One more question similarly we will see, based on the ring only. And in this one, lambda is not uniform. It is variable. Okay. So, how to solve that one? That also we will see. See then, another ring. Okay. And its lambda is given as lambda naught cos alpha, where alpha is the angle from horizontal. So, lambda is variable in this case. And again, we have to find same way, what is the electric field at the center. Okay. Don't do it for complete circle, we will do it for semicircle. Okay, and we can double it for the entire one, or we can integrate it for taking the limits 0 to 2 pi. But here we are doing right now for 0 to pi. Okay. So now we have to find again the electric field at the center, and we know that here we have to take plus 1 coulomb. So again, there are infinite charges. We have to take elements. We directly cannot use the formula that we derived in the previous case. Why? Because the previous case formula was for uniform charge density. Here it's a non-uniform charge density because alpha keeps on changing. So we are taking here one element. Let's say this is the element. Okay, and this now I am considering as theta. So this angle will become d theta, length will become r d theta. So charge will become dq. dq is what? Lambda r d theta. Correct? So field now, field is in this direction. This is theta. So that means this direction is dE cos theta, and this direction will be dE sin theta. Right? What is dE? dE is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. dq, what is dq? Lambda r d theta by r square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq into 1 by r square. Right? This r gets cancelled. That's dE value. Now along x-axis this value we are getting, along y-axis this value we are getting. Nothing I am saying you to cancel right now. The reason is this factor is here. We'll calculate and find out whether it's getting cancelled or not getting cancelled. So along x-axis. So along x-axis we know that it's dE cos theta, and d is this value. So I'm putting it directly 1 by 4 pi epsilon lambda d theta by r. Lambda d theta by r. Okay, that's dE value. But along x-axis what is acting? d cos theta. So cos theta here. Okay, now lambda value also we have to keep. Now here what lambda will keep? Because alpha's place we have taken theta. So lambda will be writing lambda naught cos theta. Put it over there. So lambda naught cos theta into one more cos theta, this one, into d theta by 4 pi epsilon naught r. This is what we are integrating. So take out whatever is constant. Lambda is constant, r is constant. So lambda naught by 4 pi epsilon naught r cos square theta d theta. Now comes the question, what is the limit? Limit is from theta can change from here to here. That means 0 to pi. Question is how to integrate cos square theta now. Cos square theta can be integrated in converting it into cos 2 theta. What is cos 2 theta? Cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta minus 1. Okay, so cos 2 theta plus 1 by 2 is cos square theta. Keep it there. So lambda naught by 4 pi epsilon naught r into, in place of cos square theta, 1 by 2. So take out 1 by 2 here. Then 1 plus cos 2 theta d theta. This is what we are going to integrate. Okay, the integration of 1 d theta will be theta only. And integration of cos 2 theta, sin 2 theta by 2. What is integration of that? Sin 2 theta by 2. Let's do it here. Okay. So it is E along x-axis lambda naught by 4 pi epsilon naught r. As I said, 1 d theta. Its integration is going to come theta plus integration of cos 2 theta is sin 2 theta by 2. So sin 2 theta by 2. Put the limits at both the places, here also and here also. What is the limit? 0 to pi, and here also 0 to pi. Okay, then lambda naught by 2 into 4, 8 pi epsilon naught r. Here pi minus 0, so that means pi plus is 1 by 2 sine in place of theta pi, so sine 2 pi minus, now in place of theta 0, sine 0. Sine 2 pi means sine 360. Sine 360 is 0. Sine 0 means 0. So this entire factor is gone. Only remaining is pi. So what we are getting? Lambda naught by 8 pi epsilon naught r into pi. Pi gets cancelled. What we are getting? Lambda naught by 8 epsilon naught r. This is only which component? Horizontal component. Same way vertical component is also there. What was vertical component if you remember? dE sine theta. Okay? Ey. What was Ey? dE sine theta. Okay, so we are going to change in this one only. What is dE? This all is dE. So here will come what? Sine theta for y component. Place it here. This is y. Right? Then lambda naught cos theta is value of lambda. So this cos theta will be writing as sine theta. Alright, then what can we do? We will multiply here 2 by 2. Why? So that this factor we can convert into sine 2 theta. 2 sine theta cos theta is sine 2 theta. So what is coming? Lambda naught by 8 pi epsilon naught r. And here comes sine 2 theta. Okay. Now sine 2 theta's integration is what? Minus of cos 2 theta by 2. Okay. What is integration? Minus cos 2 theta by 2. So lambda naught by 8 pi epsilon naught r minus, so minus you take here, cos 2 theta by 2. Integration limit 0 to pi. Take this 2 outside again. Minus lambda naught by 16 pi epsilon naught r. Okay. Now keep cos 2 pi minus cos 0. Cos 2 pi means same as cos 0. Cos 2 pi means cos 0 only. Cos 0 minus cos 0, 0. So that means along y-axis that electric field we are getting is 0. But along x-axis we are getting electric field as lambda naught by 8 epsilon naught r. Is that clear? So these are the kind of questions which can be asked from ring. Okay. Let's see further. Now this section that I am doing is exclusively for JEE. That kind of derivations will never be asked in NEET. But the formula, the final conclusion, we should be remembering even in NEET. Right? So now we are going to find out the electric field along the axis of uniformly charged disk. Ring we have seen, okay? Now we are going for disk. Uniformly charged disk. Now if we are going to discuss the disk, on the disk where is the charge? It's on its circumference or it's on its area? Where it is? Do we have any substance over here in the disk? Yes, there is a substance. If it's a ring, that means there is nothing over here. Okay, but if it is a disk is like a plate. Okay, so if I am going to make a disk from a metal, electrons will be there on entire surface. Correct or not? So this will be having, where is the charge on this one? It's on its entire surface. Right? So its charge is given as sigma coulomb per meter square. This is called surface charge density. Before in ring what we were giving? Lambda. Lambda was what? Linear charge density. Sigma is surface charge density because the charge is on its surface, on area. Is that clear? So let's see now. If we want to find out the electric field along its axis, then how we are going to do? So suppose this is a disk. Okay, and this is the point where we'll be finding out its electric field. Right? This is having sigma coulomb per meter square. Okay, and at this point, as usual, we'll be taking +1 coulomb charge. So now the question is, how shall we break it? Why to break it? Because again, we have to find electric field, and you all know that Coulomb's law is only the way. We have to break it into charge, find the force, because of all the charge is an integrated. So how to break this? See, we are going to break this into rings. Why rings? Because due to ring, we already know what is the electric field. We have already calculated. Correct or not? What is the field due to ring? We already have done Qx by 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. Yes or no? So this one we are going to break in rings. Small rings. Can we break it? Yes. A small ring we can make like this. A small ring. Okay. And ring over ring, if we are going to join, we are going to get the disk. Okay. So small ring we are going to take over here as an element. So how is that element? Just check here. This is how the element we have taken. If you remember the similar kind of thing you have done in center of mass and calculation of moment of inertia. Exactly same thing I am doing. Okay. So this is the ring. Remember, it's a ring. Okay. Let's assume that its radius is r and its thickness is dr. It is having a thickness. Okay. So since you have taken an element over here, and because of this element you are going to write field over here. Okay. So first thing is, how much is the charge on the element? Where is the charge on the element? Since it's a ring, that means this is hollow portion. So where is the charge? On its circumference. So this is its circumference. Okay. The charge is on this. Right. And how the charge is given on this disk? Lambda coulomb per meter square. That means per meter square it is defined. So I have to find out what is the area of this ring. What is that? It's a shaded part. What is the area of the shaded part? Area of shaded part is length into its thickness. Length into its thickness. Okay? Because it's a part of the disk. If suppose you break it from here, okay, and make it straight, it will come like this. Right? Because it's a part of the sheet. Sheet doesn't have thickness over here. Okay, so it will become a rectangle. What is its what is its length? 2 pi r. And what is its thickness? dr. So what is this area? 2 pi r into dr. You understand that? So now what is its charge? Charge on that is what? dq. dq is sigma into area. Previously what we were doing? Lambda into length. Here sigma into area. So what is area? 2 pi r dr. Okay. So because of this one, what is the electric field there? I am writing. This is the formula. Okay. So electric field at this point, dE is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q. Q is what here? dQ. So write dQ over there. Sigma into 2 pi r into x by 4 pi epsilon naught. We have already written r square. Now what is r here? R was the radius of the ring. What is radius of the ring here? Small r. Okay. So r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. I have missed something over here, I think. dr I missed. So dr. Okay. Obviously here integration because dr is here. So what is constant here? Sigma, 2 pi, x, all constant. Only variable is dr. That means radius. So from where to where we have to integrate it? This is just an element whose radius is dr. So we have to go where? We have to go to the full radius. You can consider the full radius as capital R. Radius of the disk is capital R. Okay. So just because of element of R you have found, we know that the final element will be of what radius? Capital R. So here limits are 0 to capital R. Let's integrate this now. The simple integration, but before that you take out all the constants outside. Okay. So E is equal to sigma 2 pi x by 4 pi epsilon naught. This is all constants. Inside is what? R dr by r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. This we have to integrate, right? Okay. So this is a type of integration. What we used to do, this denominator, we'll assume something like r square plus x square. I'll assume as, let's say, t square. Okay, then I'll differentiate this. What is going to come then? It will come as, and what are the variables? R and t are variables. So differentiated with respect to r or t. Let's say r. So when you are differentiating it, this becomes 2r. X square constant gone. Here 2t dt by dr. Okay, because you differentiated with respect to r. This gets cancelled. So we are getting r dr equal to t dt. So in place of this, what I can write? T. Write it. Sigma 2 pi x, or this 2 pi, this you cancel. So what you are getting? Sigma x by 2 epsilon naught. R dr's place, t dt. And r square plus x square is t square. T square to the power 3 by 2. That means t cube. And this t and this t cube is cancelled. It's t square. So what we are getting? Sigma x by 2 epsilon naught t to the power minus 2 dt. What is its integration? Its integration is minus 1 by t. Its integration is minus 1 by t. Okay, so what we will be getting? Sigma x by 2 epsilon naught minus 1 by t. Okay, what is t then? T is this, root over r square plus x square. Place it here. Sigma x by 2 epsilon naught minus, you take outside, 1 by root over r square plus x square. Now put the limit. What was the limit? 0 to capital R. Whose limits are these? Small r's limits. So what is going to come? Minus sigma x by 2 epsilon naught minus sigma x by 2 epsilon naught